Just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being earnest.
I like the fucking vest and fishing boot look you've been doing lately.
Thanks. That's what I just told Chris before I got here. I said, I think this might be my deal all winter long.
For the outside shows, for sure.
Well, just not even for shows, just for life and shows and, you know.
I thought you were going to bust your ass the other night, but then I saw that there was like grip
Buddy,
tape. Those are not slipping.
This is not an ad, but
they're not slipping.
no. Cowboy boots ain't doing it.
Are we rolling?
That's actually
We're
probably
rolling. What kind of boots are those?
Huck boots.
Yeah, I was standing side stage, and I thought several times you were about to fall because you were running across. I mean, it was raining. If you don't know, it was raining in Bristol, and you were pretty energetic on stage. And I kept thinking, and the catwalk's skinny. I just was like, please don't fall off.
I know. I had a couple.
To myself,
go ahead.
I almost stepped backwards when we were playing Flower Shops, and then I looked back and was like, glad I didn't take a bigger step back.
I had a couple times. My toes were hanging off a couple times.
Dude, I see now how when people fall off stage. I see.
I fell off stage one time.
How far was it? Like a 6 foot stage?
Probably. I was in. I don't know where.
Where'd you fall off stage?
I don't know, bro. It was like when we first started out, and
was this long hair, short hair, mullet?
Probably short hair.
Yeah.
And it was like some fair or something, you know, in Podunk, and the spotlight was super duper bright, and I couldn't see anything, and I was just doing my normal thing, you know, running.
Yeah.
And
went too far.
No, like you don't plan for it, so obviously you're not like bracing yourself. You're just, and I just like it bruised my ribs. Like,
did you like fall sideways? Like it wasn't like a turn your ankle thing. You fell.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Head first, gone.
Oh my god.
And I kept singing, bud. I was fine.
Best ones do. God, I think there's an early picture of you and me. It was at one of those shows early on, and I was like probably weighed 175.
I probably did too.
Yeah, we were both like super skinny. We both, for the once in our life, we were probably close to the same weight. The last time in our life, but
what hair was that for us? That's kind of how we kind of.
You had short hair. It was like the fresh haircut. It was the
youth pastor haircut.
Way I talk days. Yeah, the youth pastor haircut. Like liberal church, like big mega church youth pastor haircut.
Righteous Gemstones haircut.
Yes, it was pre flannel. I think you were just t-shirts. And did you have a pocket chain ever? No, you never went pocket chain.
I couldn't do it.
Might be time to go back.
I don't think so, buddy.
But God, we've been knowing each other a minute, low key.
Yeah, probably since 2015.
2015.
I moved here in 2015, and I met you not long after.
At Craig Wiseman's, who will be? Are we getting him on
tomorrow? Right? Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So when this comes out, Craig will have already been on, I think.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we haven't had a Christmas party in like 4 years. But Christmas party is where we met, and that was long hair, Morgan.
I'm pretty sure I slept at Craig's house that night.
That was straight up long hair, like long straight hair, Morgan.
I slept with Craig and one of his bulldogs that night.
Oh yeah. we karaoke'd that night,
and that is not any sort of symbol for something.
That's not a symbol. One of his bulldogs with an actual bulldog,
an actual English bulldog.
Yes,
it's not pleasant. It's not a pleasant experience.
No, but there's not another dog that Craig could have, and
makes a lot of sense.
It's the perfect dog.
It is.
God, what kind of you had a dog growing up? Your parents have a dog?
I had a white German Shepherd.
You've always had German Shepherds?
For part of my growing up, you know, it wasn't like I didn't always have a dog.
When did you get a German Shepherd for the first time?
Probably like around 7, something like that.
You had it through high school?
No, I had to. Something happened to it. I'm not really sure exactly what happened to it. But
did it go missing?
Well, yeah. At first, it took a trip to the farm, and then it just we can't find it. And I'm like, oh,
something happened to your something happened. Well, there was a plot on the German Shepherd for sure.
It earned it, to be fair. We had some.
Sounds like you know exactly what happened to the German
Shepherd. I think I'm pretty
Shepherd.
sure what happened to it. It had. I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty positive.
Yeah.
We had some neighbors that had chickens, and it got into the chickens one day.
Oh no!
And the neighbors were like, just don't let it happen again, you know.
Probably happened again.
Happened again shortly after. So my parents were like, well, we can't keep it here. It's just, we're going to get in trouble, you know.
It's going to have to go.
It can go to Papaw's farm. So they sent it over there, and I think it just got a taste for blood. It killed another dog.
Oh, no.
And then...
I know what happened to that dog.
Mm-hmm.
My dog definitely got a hold of we had 2 golden retrievers, and our neighbors had chickens, and they would sell they would make pastel eggs, and so they would sell them at like the farmer's market. My golden retriever Rebel went next door and just absolutely ended all the chickens. Like it looked like a pillow fight happened in their front yard, dude.
I never saw the actual crime scene, but I saw my dog coming back with blood all over its mouth because it's a white German Shepherd.
You didn't see the crime scene, but you saw the criminal.
Yeah, I definitely. He wasn't getting out of that one.
No. Red Pauled. Called him Red Pauled.
Yeah, it don't matter what kind of lawyer I had.
No, and they don't make good dog lawyers anymore, not like they used to.
I didn't. Yeah, you know, they all died off.
All the dog lawyers.
All the dogs killed the lawyers.
That's right. Boy, that one pack of dogs, it was like, you know what? I'm fucking tired of my attorney. Dude, oh my God.
Conspiracy.
Well, I'm glad you're finally on the podcast. I feel like it has maybe been the most I can't even get on the JBE Instagram account without being like, when's Wallen coming on? It's like, dude, Daily was just on. Can you watch that one?
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Can we wait? Do you think Morgan's going to get on? Sure. Do I have any control over when Morgan gets on? No. Nobody knows where you're going to be next.
There's like fan fiction. They're all talking about conspiracies. You guys aren't boys anymore, but it's nuts.
Is
that what happened? We went through a rough patch in our relationship.
You and me went through a rough patch. I did hear about that. I haven't seen Ernest and Morgan been posting anything lately.
Just saying.
Dude, just saying.
I've seen it. Just saying.
Hey man, I thought we were gonna keep that confidential.
My bad.
That is so funny.
That is definitely not what was going on.
People be reading into shit.
They do. They like to do that.
That is hilarious. We worked. Well, dude, that's if anything. The reason you quit seeing us working out is because I quit fucking working out. Me and Morgan didn't go through a weight patch or a rough patch. Me in the weight room did.
Well, so did I.
Yeah, we quit working out, but not like because of each other. It was just because working out.
I didn't really like working out.
But you've been back to working out.
I've been back at it, trying to. This is probably the most consistent I've been for a while. It's like a month in a row.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, you did a month with me, but it's like it's really hard it was hard for me to keep going back when you weren't going.
Right.
Because then I'm just going to get my ass kicked by Wilson by myself. It's like, damn, I wish somebody else was going through this.
This is not I don't feel like this is your average workout. This is like NFL combine.
We're talking about with Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Who is great, dude.
It's awesome.
Grit and hustle and grit, or grit and hustle.
Yeah, it's especially great if you don't have
one is it?
a lot of time.
Grit and hustle, yeah. Yeah, it's great, but at the same time, I just want to lose some weight. Like I'm not trying to run a 4.340.
Well, I'd say that loser's chili you had before you got here didn't help.
Maybe it did though. I mean, I could have had the Philly cheesesteak. I went with something light. Something light.
Hey man, all
it's
about
a brisk day. It's chilly weather.
Calorie deficit, bud.
It's chilly weather. It's chilly weather. Are we working out tomorrow?
Yeah.
See, I'll be glad I carved up.
We're gonna have to be late to sing Flower Shops though if we do it. To be about 45 minutes late.
What time are we supposed to sing at 11?
10, which I don't like doing that anyway. So.
And we're supposed to work out at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't he work out at 8?
I'll ask him. He already got booked up. It's a different guy this time.
Okay. How long is it gonna take to sing Flower Shops? It's not that long.
No.
What time do we have to do a podcast tomorrow?
I think we're in the afternoon.
3?
Oh, we're good then.
If we start singing at 11,
10:45, 11, we're good.
We'll be done by 1:30.
Yeah.
So we're working out tomorrow. But dude, consistency is the thing with me because I have so much work to get done to be able to even see a difference. It takes so long to get there by 3 weeks in, and I feel like I've been getting it, but see zero difference in my body. I'm like, fuck am I doing this for? Stupid idiot.
I agree. I feel the same way.
Yeah, what do you do?
I mean, we just don't have much patience, probably. I don't
either. I'm kind of a right now guy.
That's not one of my strong suits.
I'm kind of right now guy.
I've had to learn a lot of it this past year, but
it has been a year the last 2 years have been years for patience.
Yes.
We haven't played. All right. What was the last show you played before quarantine?
Before I started back.
Was it 2020?
End of February 2020.
Which one is it? 2020? 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. Yeah, right before, right.
Yeah, I
in
remember.
March, March 14th or something like that is when it went.
So
down.
maybe it was the 1st of March when we played our last show. But yeah, we were supposed to play a show in Madison, Wisconsin, and that's when the day before the NBA canceled their season.
Yeah, that's right. That's
and
right.
I called, the managers and everything. I was like, we ain't playing a show tomorrow. They're like, yeah, everything's scheduled as normal. I'm like, no, we're not.
No, we're not.
And I was like, don't make me drive up to Madison, Wisconsin to play the show.
Sure
They're like,
enough.
it's going to be fine. We get there. Everybody's, the whole place is in just a weird little buzz, I'm like, yeah, I know what's going on here. Yeah. Nobody had masks yet.
Well, yeah. Hey, who am I?
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
That could be literally any
Yeah.
person.
Joe Biden.
No. he would have been standing like.
Hey, what those robo fighters?
What are you doing, man?
Just clicking. There it is, the robo fighters.
You're driving a backhoe.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Gosh. Okay, so let's go back even further to high school baseball. Let's go further. We'll get to high school baseball.
All right.
What was 10-year-old Morgan doing?
Playing 10-year-old baseball.
10-year-old baseball?
Yeah.
Did you play football or basketball either? Were you playing all three sports?
I played a little bit of basketball, probably around that age, just like rec league stuff. And then 10 or 11 is when I started playing travel ball, baseball.
Yes.
So,
Did you do fall ball too?
yeah,
Or were you year
I
round?
played all the time.
Yes.
So that's really all I did.
Baseball.
Starting
Baseball and church. Were you Sunday morning, Wednesday night church?
Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, anytime it was open.
Same. Yes, the doors are open.
Revival, I'm there every night.
Yes. Yeah, dude. That was it in our house. It was literally we'd miss baseball games.
Me too.
Like when we travel, we'd be the family on the baseball team where it'd be like, hey, just so you know, like
If we have a
there's
game on Sunday
doubleheader,
morning,
we'll get there as soon as church is over.
that's
with.
the way we did. Finally, once I got a little bit older, my parents started getting a little slack,
No, that was it. Junior and senior year, where it's
Yeah.
like when it's like I'm about to, Mom, I gotta play.
Right.
Like,
I have to pitch that game.
yes, yeah. But it was definitely like they loved making a statement of it.
Yeah.
And I
respect
now
it too.
that I'm this age, it used to piss me off because I'm like,
Me too.
what difference does it make? None of my friends care, Mom.
Right.
But now it's like, all right, that is
Well,
commitment.
they also felt pressure, I'm sure, too. So it means that they were
They
strong.
felt like they were doing the right thing.
Yeah, I respect.
I
it too.
respect that too.
Yeah.
And like my parents never had a sip of alcohol, so like they were always around. My summer ball team's parents were ratchet. If you listen to this right now and you were on the Middle Tennessee Diamondbacks or the Rutherford County Raptors, your parents were getting lit, Rick Russell.
Dude, I one of my coaches kept a something. I don't know what was in
One of
there.
my coaches kept something
I don't
in
know.
the seed bucket.
Yeah, that's exactly where he had it.
Did he really?
Oh yeah, he's in
that
there.
David
He's in
seed
there. He's in
bucket.
there calling pitches and sneaking pulls. Swear.
That's hilarious. Calling pitches and sneaking pulls.
That was- he needed his.
I'm
own-
calling pitches. Now I'm sneaking pulls.
He needed his own theme song for sure.
Sounds like he got one. It's called DUI.
I don't know if he ever got that.
He probably didn't.
He had a hot wife. I think she drove a lot.
That's one way to do it.
That's an OG wife right there.
It was.
Was this 10-year-old baseball or high
A
school
little bit
baseball?
older. Probably like 12, 13.
What team did you play for? Like, what was your
It
summer
was
ball
the
team?
Yard. That team was the Yard. Knoxville Yard Dogs.
Did y'all ever come and play at Lipscomb in that Louisville Slugger tournament
I don't think
against
so.
hit after hit and stuff at the Lipscomb University?
Not that I remember.
Okay, there was a Yard Dogs.
There's a few different Yard teams.
Did you have some guys from Farragut on that team?
Mm-hmm.
Who's
We
the dude
did.
who's the dude from Farragut that went and pitched at Vanderbilt? There was one at Science Hill. and one
Pfeiffer.
at-
He wasn't on my team. He was on. I think he was
He
either
played
on a
on the
different
East
team
Cobb
or
team.
he's either on a different team or he was played a year older than us. Maybe I'm not sure what he did.
He played with Daniel Norris.
Mm-hmm. He was
on-
nasty.
on the East Cobb Yankees. Do you remember Daniel Norris?
He's the one with the van.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
he
him.
started. He started, dude. Which I would love to get Daniel Norris on this podcast if this gets to Daniel because
He was nasty.
Yeah.
he was my 2011 the Tennessee State baseball banquet we had or whatever. I think he was the AAA Player of the Year.
Were you triple A? No,
I
you're
was-
double A.
I was
Obviously, we played against you.
Double A player of the year. But it was great, dude. I was the only one of the 4 guys that won that award that didn't go on to play pro ball, and one of them actually committed suicide. One of those, it was he went to God, rest his soul. I can't remember his name. I'm not even gonna try, but
I didn't know that.
two of them went to the league. One of them was me, and then the other guy killed himself. And but it's crazy because I look back and that seems like yesterday, and that was almost 11 years ago. So we played against each other in the state tournament.
Yeah, fast forward, we did.
Junior and senior year.
Both years.
And I believe I pitched against y'all my senior year.
You must have, because y'all beat us senior year. We crushed y'all junior year.
Correct. And my memory, so I only ever figured this out because the night we met at Craig's house, we followed each other on Instagram. And I probably had 1,000 followers, and you probably had 10,000 followers or something like that from The Voice. You had a following.
Right.
And I was started scanning back, and I seen the black jerseys with blue and gold, and I was like, those look mad familiar. And then I seen Gibbs, and I was like, no way. And I could, because the outfield fence in one of the pictures was Blackman.
Yeah, we played y'all at Blackman junior year.
Yeah. So that's how I was like.
We played y'all at a different place senior year.
We played not at Smyrna. Did we play at Smyrna or at
It was either Smyrna or Siegel. I think it was
at Smyrna.
I think it was at Smyrna.
But yeah, so I saw that. I was like, no way this dude played at Gibbs. And that's why I messaged you. I was like, what year did you graduate? 2011. I was like, we played against each other in the state tournament 2 years in a row. And then I had the memory of you getting an Morgan Whalen.
Yeah,
that's how they announced you, Morgan Whalen.
It's just now getting to the point where people don't mess that up.
Yeah, I know that. I don't think they mess that up anymore. Dude.
I would get so hot, too. I'm like, God. How do you
Wallen!
It'd be in my head so bad.
It messes you. You didn't have a good at bat because you were too pissed.
Well, it was definitely in my head. Yeah, Wallen strikeout.
Yeah,
he got my name right after I struck out though. What an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And that's strikeout number 2 this afternoon for Wallen. What happened to you getting hurt? Was it knee or did you have Tommy John?
I had Tommy John. Yeah.
You did have Tommy John. I don't know why I thought you hurt your knee, but you had Tommy John. What was that?
That was right before my senior year was about to start. Well, not right before, but a couple months right before it. So
in February, practice?
No, it wasn't practice. So I had kind of gotten burnt out on baseball a little bit, to be honest. And that year I'd kind of taken off. I'd taken some time off, and I'd never really done that, from baseball. I'd taken some time off, and then I came back, and my high school team was, or not all of my team, but some of my team was playing in a tournament. Yeah, and I came back and I was like, I'll go pitch. So I pitched and threw a curveball and I felt, something snap and I was like, uh-oh.
That's what I was going to ask.
And it hurt. I mean, obviously it hurt really bad. And I finished
Did your hand tingle? Or was
my whole arm was just shot. And I finished the inning and I went and sat in the dugout and just started crying. I was like,
you knew something was going on.
Yeah, I knew it was
Did
bad.
adrenaline get you through the inning and then all the pain overwhelmed you?
Yeah, I think so. And plus, not just the pain of physical.
Did you ever have an elbow injury?
I had shoulder impingements my junior year, but that was it. Other than that, I got out easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never had elbow, though.
I mean, now, obviously, it was probably the best thing to ever happen to me, but
sure, but
at that point.
And you can throw now that injuries in general like that and surgeries, I lucked out because I had a rubber arm. I could throw.
I did too until that point.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm so lucky because I could.
And I was one of those kids that when I was younger, I didn't have to throw curveballs. Nobody could hit my fastball
hard enough. Yeah.
So because I was 12 years old throwing 80 miles an hour, So I didn't have to.
Same, but I insisted on throwing. Curveball has always been my favorite thing to pitch.
I mean, it's fun.
And snapping it off and throwing it at somebody's face and then being like, oh, and then breaking low and away. It's like, your family's here.
I don't know the science behind that. Maybe you got your body used to it and I didn't. I don't know how it works. I think it's just different for everyone.
Well, that's why I've always, the last few times I've thrown my head as I'm getting ready to snap off a curveball, I'm like, this might be the one. Because I've just been too
fortunate.
Yeah, and I also the thing, and if you're a high school baseball player listening to this, hear me out. Because I think the difference between guys that are going to go a long way and not is knowing the difference between having a sore arm and being hurt. Because like you got these kids that baby their arms, they'll pitch like 4 or 5 innings, and their dad's probably in their ear, but you got to ice it, run all this stuff, and then they got post game soreness, or you're just sore because you're pitching. It's an unnatural motion.
Yeah, it's not.
You're not
natural at all.
injured though. Like know the difference between hurting and sore. Because we had guys on our team.
Go run some poles, man.
Go get that lactic acid
Yeah.
knocked out of there.
Yeah, we had to do that a lot. That was one thing that my high school baseball coach, we ran a lot.
Y'all conditioned a lot.
A lot. I mean, we had, the whole team had to run poles, and like everyone, he had certain times for each guy. Obviously, everyone's not the same speed, so he didn't make it like. But like, if that guy didn't beat his time,
Oh, right.
we all
You
start
got to
over.
be busting ass.
We all start over,
Poles,
even if it's the last man. If you don't make it, everyone's starting all over.
the conditioning side. That's a big reason I do not miss college baseball, is because it was like times 20.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd do like bow and arrows where you start from home plate and you sprint out to the left field pole, sprint to the right field pole, sprint home, and then
Into center.
out to center. And like you got to potentially be doing 4 or 5 of those,
It's
and
a
you
lot.
got to stay like within whatever of your time. And then pitchers would have to get up at like 6 a.m. in
And
the
they running
winter
before that.
and run, and we'd have to follow the gator around the town square. I'm like, now granted, was ripped doing testosterone and like shooting myself up, was in great shape,
Deer antler spray.
but hated my life. So I'm happier now. Say what?
Remember deer antler spray?
1,000,000%.
Yep.
Yeah, but it was in AIA. Nobody's tested.
Oh, no.
So where's this juice? Just juice.
I think there's still a lot of juice going around the junior college.
There's a lot of juice going in. Juice Co.
Yeah, that's exactly what it should be
Juice Co.
called.
I remember I had a
Juicer college.
I had a grapefruit size like cyst on the side of my ass cheek from
I'm shooting it right there.
steroids. Yeah. Yeah.
How did it just
I
go
hit
away
it a couple
after
too many
you quit?
times.
Did it just go away?
Over time, yeah. But I think it's because I worked out too quick after I did my first shot. Say what? I did not heat it up, and it was winter. It was winter workouts. I mean, I'm going into like November.
Dude shooting shards of testosterone into his body.
It's just wax.
Testosterized. Yeah, dude. It's like it matters. You got to rub it in. I did not. God,
They're still in there,
And
matter of fact.
I mean, it's like the day I quit working
Hey
out.
man, next time you go work out, just fucking start hitting on yourself a little bit. Might shoot you a little
Yeah,
juice.
just there's like a little extra juice left.
Acid in your spine.
Yeah,
Just gotta
yeah.
loosen it
Pop
a
my
little bit,
neck and automatically can get an extra 25 reps
who
and a
is
quick
this guy?
recovery.
Honestly though, when we go work out, you're
I still
you're
got
not,
a little bit.
you're not in there huffing and puffing like you keep up with me.
Yeah, but I was also when I was in a rhythm. Like the first day I work out again is going to be the absolute hardest. I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna be so winded.
tomorrow.
I need water. It's gonna hurt. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna suck. By the time this episode comes out, I'll either be in a rhythm or still sore from when we work out tomorrow.
How long till this thing comes out?
Long enough for me to still fucking hurt. Like maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, like sometimes when we do my triceps would get really sore and my legs would get really sore. And
Same.
I'll be great for the rest of the day. I'll be like, yeah, I feel awesome actually. And then I'll get out of bed the next day and collapse.
I've done that.
Like,
I've done that.
collapse. Do you get Charlie horses ever? Just sitting? Like cramps?
Not really.
I had one in the middle of a writer's round with Craig at a vineyard a few weeks ago. And like I think he was like playing Live Like You Were Dying.
Well, because you're sitting with your legs up a little.
Yeah, and I guess I just got a little too bent. And dude, I
Probably
mean,
wasn't the most hydrated you
I mean,
ever been either.
I guarantee I was not hydrated. I was dehydrated. I was in the middle
And
of,
working on it.
I was in the middle of dehydrating, and dude, my leg went. Dude, I didn't have a choice. I just had to stand up. I had to immediately I got moved. Like, I went 2.7 seconds on a boom.
You was just feeling the spirit,
I
man.
was feeling the whole dude. Charlie horses get me every
Got
time.
touched by the spirit.
Did I mess everything up?
Got to start all over.
Start all over. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to Gibbs for a second.
Okay.
And as you know, my dad was my high school baseball coach.
I do know that. Legend.
Legend. 46 years in the making at David Lipscomb High School. Sweet old school coach, by the book. Obviously, never drank. teacher at David Lipscomb.
Never did probably any pills or anything either.
Never
probably?
did anything. He took one. he had a bad opiate addiction in the 80s.
Never drank, but he
never drank, but he did always fancy the OxyContin. But no, my dad's never done anything in his life. He took one Skull Peach dip, I think, like in college, and threw up. And, yeah, like
that's the difference between someone saying it and like I puked first time I did it too, and then immediately tried it again.
That's what I tell anybody. It's like, man, I got sick as shit the first time I did it. I was like, yeah, but you got to do it like five more times.
I'd done chew already. Like I had tried, Levi Garrett, Redman, all that stuff, and it didn't bother me that bad. But then as soon as I put Skull Apple in,
Skull Apple, yeah, those are the days. Mm-hmm. The Skull flavors really were, and then I feel like everybody was dipping Grizzly Wintergreen.
Yeah, I mean, I still dip Wintergreen.
Cope Wintergreen was another one in high school when Copenhagen Wintergreen came out, and then what else would have been Kayak? Mm-hmm. Kayak Grape. I used to dip. That was maybe one of the first things I would like go and buy.
Some people did Stokers back then too.
The bucket of Stokers at the end of the. Your dad.
My dad does that now. He used to dip Skull Uncut Wintergreen.
Your dad had Stokers the other night, and he was like, I usually get the bucket. I was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Your dad's awesome.
He's saving out there.
I love it. So, okay. So what kind of coach, describe your high school baseball coach?
We had obviously my head coach, and then we had a pitching coach, and they were kind of like complete opposites. One of them's a real fire spitter, get in your ass.
Head coach?
No. That's the pitching coach.
Pitching coach.
The head coach is the kind of cool-headed, played in the pros, played for the Pirates.
Was he
catcher.
Older?
I mean, were
they about the same age?
They're really similar in age.
Okay.
Probably in their probably 40s.
Yeah. Okay.
Really good coaches. I mean, really
yeah,
good. They were a good. They had a
team.
great dynamic.
Yes.
He was that guy getting your ass, and then Coach Davis, head coach, would come around and kind of let you know it'll be all right.
But who is encouraging y'all to troll my dad?
I didn't. I didn't need no encouragement. That was all on me.
That was all. So were you leading the pack on that?
I've just always talked a lot of shit, and
that's really surprising.
I know no one really gets that now.
I know that's going to be really hard for people to believe. But no, because backstory. So my dad, if you know anything about baseball or you watch baseball, third base coach's box,
and
the
head coach.
The head coach is there, and a lot of times they'll get down in a stance on their knees or whatever, and
get a little animated,
move into it, maybe get out of the box. You're supposed to stay in the box, but every good coach gets out of the box every now and then. Well, Morgan, at the time, just what were you, number 7?
Number 7.
And like 4 other clown heads are in the dugout imitating my dad's every move, like in a line. Like we're in the first base dugout and they're in the third base dugout, and they're right behind my dad just trolling him. And my dad, like I said, old school by the book, he's like, what is this? Like, this is so Bush League, like all that. Are you just gonna let them do that? And it goes, and dude, I'm pissed off too, because I'm like,
they're doing my dad like that.
They're doing my dad filthy right now.
And we were.
And beating us. I think.
That's the year we beat y'all bad.
Yes.
It was like 12-2 we beat y'all that year.
And the first memory I have of you was before that game.
We were all out there doing
y'all were doing bat flip tricks behind home plate. Like, you're all, I mean, I was too, but I hate when other people do it.
I had
right. I was the fucking alpha on my team, and I was pretty sure you were the alpha on yours.
Yeah.
And I hated that.
And I had the Boosie cut too.
You did have the Boosie fade, and and doing that, and just doing bat tricks and the tape and armbands. Like, all right, dude, what are you, a created player?
Yeah, we thought we were.
What are you, 99s across the board? Yeah. Now batting, Morgan Wallen, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
it's Wallen.
But yeah, that's the way I behaved in it wasn't just to y'all.
I love talking shit too, though, and for I know, and like for as a pitcher, I love telling a pitch that was coming.
We did that too.
Fastball,
right?
Hit it, hit it.
We
don't know where it's coming.
We didn't have many people doing that, but like we would call out what we thought was coming. Like we'd start getting what this guy's doing.
You talking about the other team? I'm talking about when I was on the.
No, I know what you're saying. So we would just be like, fastball.
Yeah,
just yelling at this dude. Yeah. I mean, like
screw banging on trash cans. Hey, he's throwing a fastball this time.
We would do that, or I'd be on second base, and like I didn't really know what their signals was, but I would just guess.
Yeah,
and a lot of times, like it's not like the most
Yeah.
sophisticated system these guys got going on. They got three. They got
1,
three or
yeah.
4 signals they're calling. You're
Yeah.
like, well, it's got to be one of those.
Yeah.
You know, so,
It's rock, paper, scissors.
yeah.
It's rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. So, okay. So the whole time that you were like, what were we talking about? I'm really just breaking down stories I've never really
Well,
asked.
I had a coach that we played against that absolutely despised me. It's like he would
For who?
Pigeon Forge. So
Did y'all play Saudi Daisy too?
I don't remember playing them.
Okay. They were right outside Chattanooga.
But Gibbs just beat Pigeon Forge in the state championship this past year, so I love to see that.
okay,
And it's still
okay.
the same coaches
Same
and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
So I love
He
to
was
see
probably
that.
like the good pasture to my Lipscomb.
Probably. That was our rival.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we obviously they had a good team. We always played them close. It was never
Yes.
like, always a good game. I think we got the better of them for the most part, but it was never like we always geared up for that game.
Yeah.
And no matter what, he's either beaming me at the plate or when I get on second base, he will pick off however many times it takes to hit me in a row.
Oh, it's like that? And the coach is calling for this to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Calling shots?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you do to be hated?
Just doing the same thing I would do to your dad, and
You were special.
yeah,
so
and just
fun.
like picking on their players and stuff, But there was a little bit more deeper stuff going on with that thing, some like kind of messed up stuff.
Because
that they
y'all
had-
also probably played twice a year at least.
yeah, they had said and done some pretty messed up stuff to one of our players who was one of my best friends. I'm not going to go into what it was because
Yeah.
it's messed up. Like one of the dads was a real low life in my opinion,
Yeah.
just by what he was doing to us. So I picked on his kid the
Took
most.
it into your own hands.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you, dude. As a pitcher, there was nothing I wanted to do more than hit somebody and then pick them off. Like, I'll put you on. Congratulations. You've gained first base. Time's up. Time's up, dude. I broke a kid's hand in Creef Hall baseball when we were like 9. Hayden Sears.
Sorry,
Or Hayden
bud.
Morgan. Sorry about it. Crowded the plate. Threw a fastball in.
Oh, gone.
Career ender.
Gone.
Career done playing at 11 years old.
Fusion.
Yeah. Yeah. Decided to be right-handed. God. Well,
What do you remember about him being that young? Do you remember him?
you probably don't
way back
remember
then?
me.
No, because he didn't pitch against us junior year, and that's when I was really locked in. My senior year, I could only hit, so I don't really remember.
I played left field against y'all junior year. I'd pitched the day before against Knoxville Catholic
Mm-hmm.
and won. And then, but junior year was actually a better year for us. We had been, we were like a 500 team, like just scrapping by. And we go to Giles County for the sub-state game, which is Bo Wallace went to Giles County. And, and we beat them, dude. They were so cocky. The whole town came out for Giles County and like, loser goes home.
Sub-state.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, their whole like backdrop was just booing me as soon as I took the mound. And my first pitch of the game was like halfway up the backstop at their fans. Just a blatant ball. And I struck out the side and we ended up beating them 7-1. And it was like,
There's not really much better feeling than that.
I'm out of here.
We played a team.
Then we played y'all.
We played Farragut one time, and we were playing in a wood bat tournament. And like Farragut is kind of like obviously a really, really good baseball team.
Correct.
And they're AAA. We're AA. They're kind of that's really where the money's at in Knoxville, and like we didn't grow up there, so we already kind of didn't like them because
Chip
they
on the
got
shoulder.
money, and
Yeah.
we're like, oh, I hate these people
Y'all
anyway.
more Sandlot
And
dirt
yeah,
team.
and we played them, and I hit third, and the first 2 guys struck out, and they were already giving us hell.
Did you hit a
I
dinger?
came up and hit a dinger, and got home and just double birded the whole crowd.
Did you really? Yes. Was this a school game?
Yes, it was a throwback wood bat game.
I love the pimping at the end of the jog instead of the beginning, getting all the way home and just
I mean, I knew it was gone, so I kind of halfway pimped it too. But then I got home and literally just right at all their fans, dude.
It's so much more aggressive because you can't write it off as like, oh, I was just in the moment.
yeah.
It's like, no, you
I
had
waited.
I thought about
waited.
that.
Run around.
Did you not get tossed?
Uh-uh.
Did the umpire not see it?
He said something to me, but he didn't toss me
That's hilarious.
because the umpires
No,
they knew the dynamic.
Yeah, the umpire was like,
They didn't want me getting kicked out. Yeah, that's it now. No more. But
"You gonna let that one slide?"
yeah, which that's a different day and age then too. Like we were Like we dipped during games and stuff. Like it wasn't legal, but like nobody said
We were
nothing, you
dipping
know.
in games for sure too, and like I feel like kids can wear we couldn't have necklaces.
No,
showing.
we couldn't either.
But now they just like are chained up.
Are they? I went to the state championship or the state tournament game this past year, but I didn't really see that going on.
I feel like every big leaguer wears a chain now.
Or pearls.
Pearls are fire, and I hate to say it, but I was wearing pearls 2 years ago.
Well, now Jock Peterson
Didn't catch on.
He stole your swag, bub.
It happens.
It's pretty. He's wearing some gaudy pearls too, like some fat boys.
You think they're real pearls?
I don't know. I was wondering.
I bet they're real pearls.
They probably got to be, right? You would
If he's
think.
I hope he's wearing a $50,000 pearl necklace.
Like I don't.
Oh, really?
Oh,
No, I didn't
really?
know that.
So he didn't want to mess up like the juju or whatever of the team. So he's like, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna fly my jeweler out to fix the pearl necklace.
Oh, that.
Well, it worked because they just won. Shout out to the Braves.
Shout out Braves. We got to go to a Braves game this next
I was gonna
year.
go to the game on Sunday, but I decided to stay around and hang with my parents instead. But they lost, so I don't really feel too bad about not going.
Dude. Winning it in Houston's like it's cooler, I think.
I agree.
Just ha ha.
Yeah.
Sweet game. Hey, cool game. 7-1.
It was a mash.
Jock Peterson pearls are going from the World Series to Cooperstown. Oh, they're putting him in the Hall. Oh, immediately putting him in
That's
the Hall
cool.
of Fame. Let's go. That's a
is cool.
legendary photo.
That is.
You know
That photo should go with the pearls.
what was the quote we heard the other night that I thought was going to be massive on social media?
Night shift.
Night shift mode
shift-
ready or
Night shift ready or something like that. The night shift's ready.
the night shift's ready. And I thought that was about to be everywhere and on T-shirts, and I haven't heard it since I said that.
I know.
But that
right?
was the hardest quote post game interview
It
maybe.
was Matzik who said it. It was sick.
That's right. Oh, it's gonna be all. Oh yeah, post game or night shift ready. I was like, damn, that sounds like some James Bond.
It
shit.
fired me up for no reason.
I got night shift ready immediately.
Me too. Which is, that's kind of
Hit or miss.
That's kind of true already.
I woke up night shift ready.
Yeah.
I didn't wake up. I was already up. I'm day shift ready, and
Not
it's night,
much.
and it's the night shift.
I'm surprised we're doing this podcast in the day.
What time is it? It's 3:05. We're doing great. We also, we're one show in to the fall, but we'll have a couple shows under our belt while this is out. How did it feel the other night playing for a big ass crowd again?
Felt really good.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was. That was my second show back, so I'm starting to kind of get
Auburn Rodeo.
Auburn Rodeo's first, then we played Bristol Motor Speedway. I was feeling a little bit more locked in on the second show, so I'm sorry, Auburn, that I didn't.
Were you not? In
I
your
wasn't-
opinion,
I wasn't all the way there, but like I think it's to be expected.
just kicking some rust off.
Just getting ready.
I don't think people really notice or care. That's the other thing. Like
I still think I did good, but like I did a little better. Hopefully, I'll keep getting a little better.
you'll keep getting more
But
comfortable.
dude, I'm happy as hell to be out there. I really am.
You looked happy when we were all me and Bean were standing side stage, and like, he's tearing up. Shout out Bean, Andrew Green, dude, string Bean.
Bean. If you guys hear that in
Bean.
Broadway Girls when it comes out, that's who we're talking about.
That's exactly right. Bean got a shout out in that song. Bean just had to take her phone. That just took her smile away. But so Bean's over there side stage. We're like, he goes, man, this is just too cool. He's welling up in his eyes, and you just look happy as hell out there.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this for a while, but like, it's one of the only places where I can be where I'm completely in the moment,
Can tell.
because I'm prone to wonder. I mean, I guess everyone is, but that is, you don't really have the capacity to wonder because that your whole soul and everything's into that moment.
In that
So
moment.
that's that's a cool place to be. So I'd really value it.
Definitely shows. I mean, I also think that
How did it feel for you? There was a good crowd for you when you went
yeah,
on.
it was awesome. I actually don't mind playing in the daylight time to see everybody because like
right. I can't really see how many people are there.
you kind of see that you can see cell phone lights
Right.
and like hear, but it's kind of cool to just be like, wow, there's people out here.
There was a
dude.
lot of people there for you.
and they stood in the rain all day, like chilly rain.
There's some dedicated fans for sure.
You have dope fans.
Yeah, I do. They're really awesome.
You
They've
have
been-
really good fans.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade places with anyone else's fan base. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this group of shows, you, me, and Hardy, I feel like is like, for me, too good to be true. We're actually just the three of us are going out, Three Stooges, and doing it.
Me too. This
It's so
weekend's the
sick.
first time that Hardy's gonna be out, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
the full trifecta going on. I'm really excited to see what it's like.
This is
It's gonna be a whole.
awesome.
I mean, just adding Hardy into the mix will be a whole different energy too.
Yeah, dude, these shows are gonna be so sick. Ashley Gorley's trying to come to at least 2 of the Lexington shows.
Well, bring him. Oh yeah, he's a Kentucky boy,
He is a
bluegrass
Kentucky
boy.
You got your Bill Dance hat on today.
Mm-hmm. It's not exactly like Bill Dance, but it's similar.
We are singing Flower Shops this week.
Yeah, we are. I think we're just gonna do it every time, probably.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're recording it this week.
Oh yeah,
We're singing it this
yeah.
week.
I can't wait for that.
That's
I haven't even
gonna
heard
be
the cut of it yet.
I haven't either.
You haven't?
Not since we cut it.
Right.
It's gonna be so sick. Yeah, there's something about doing it acoustic like that. It's so sick though.
I love that.
We got to figure out the turnaround. Just play a chorus, and I'll just do a little guitar solo, and we'll go into the bridge.
Okay.
Live.
Deal.
So we just figured that out.
Yeah, we didn't practice or anything last time.
It was so
a
funny. He
little
like played.
messy.
He like
I'm like, I
played-
haven't played this song in a month. I don't even remember.
I stepped back. I was like, "Where are we going?" I started playing solo, and then as soon as I started playing solo, you were like, "Other chord, back to
Yeah.
let's hit
Well,
this chord."
usually, if it starts going south, you go back to what you know.
yeah. Well, the way you ended it was good though. Good. It's a bad day for Ern.
Yeah.
Caught me off guard, but it was good. It's a bad day for Ern. And I was like, but it is a good day for flower shops.
I reckon.
Though. That is so good. You could say you could say whatever city we're in.
Yeah.
It's a bad day for Cincinnati. We're not coming to Cincinnati anytime soon. But it's good. It's a good day for It's a bad day for Little Rock.
All y'all.
Oh yeah, but it's a good day for flower shops. So we're dads now, which is wild.
That is. It's cool though.
It is awesome.
I'm glad we had kids around the same time and their boys.
There are gonna be some bruisers.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Mine's starting to get, I'm getting closer with him.
He's,
The
like, running
obviously, the
around
older
and
he gets.
stuff now,
Oh yeah,
right?
he's a hellion already.
Ryman,
But he's a happy. Like he's not like a bad. He's not really bad. He's just climbing on stuff. He's figured out how to get on the couch and off the
correct.
couch.
He's just a boy. He's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's trying to eat the rocks from the fireplace and stuff like that.
just normal.
Just normal.
Just like us.
Yeah.
He's just like us. Ryman's trying to crawl so bad. He wants to crawl so bad. He loves to stand. He's gonna be thick.
Yeah.
Ryman's gonna be a little lineman.
My boy's pretty big.
I think
honestly,
he's
for
left-handed.
How old he is? I'm wondering if mine is. I don't know. We'll see.
He keeps grabbing his like little spoon with his left hand.
Which for me and for you, you can do stuff more ambidextrous than I can, but I can obviously right left-handed and then
I forget
do other
you're
stuff
right
right.
left-handed.
so he has a chance of being
Is your
left-handed.
dad right-handed?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
That
a
is-
family thing? Is that how that goes?
Isn't
I
it?
don't know.
You have we have a long string of lefties in my family.
I think it probably is, but
I think it also
but there can be random ones too. I
I
believe.
think left-handed people have a higher IQ.
Usually left-handed people are more like their creative side of their brain is works.
Well, it
more.
makes sense for Ryman to have a creative brain.
It would make sense.
Between me and Delaney, a kid's gonna have.
He's gonna be
I might be a fragment of his imagination. Like his imagination's so good, I don't even exist. I just think I do.
Nah, let's hope that ain't true.
No,
You're gonna have a real hard time.
Yeah, all of this is just people are watching me and I'm not even really here. Do we find that out right now? Are you looking
Yeah,
at
it's
that?
looking like they don't know. Some reports saying that it's a genetic thing. Some are saying it's learned.
Are you gonna get him? Me and Chris were talking about this earlier. Are you gonna get him golf lessons? Like, do you have any ambitions of him being an athlete, or what do you want?
I mean, yeah, I would love for him to be. Obviously, I
Yeah, but what? Like, are you gonna present it to him, or let him come to you and want to play it?
well, I think I'll present a lot of different options to him.
Yeah.
Once he gets to be a little older.
Golf first,
Yeah, golf's gonna be at the head of the list.
dude. I think
Like,
think
I
so
wish-
too.
I wish
For
that I
sure.
would have done that as a kid. Like
Yes,
only just now playing in the last 6 or 7 years, whatever it's been.
you've gotten good at golf.
I'm okay at golf, but if I'd have played since I was a kid, it would have been like second nature. Pretty much everyone who's good at golf,
Started
actually good at
young.
golf, actually good, started really young.
Yeah, when Daly was on here, he was talking about going to the baseball field near his house when he was like 7 or 8 after watching, was it Jack Nicklaus?
Yeah.
Had like a golf lesson cartoon show that would come on,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd go to home plate with like a 7-iron and hit draws to left field, straight to center field, and like
Off the
fades
plate.
off the plate, and like chip to third base, chip to dude.
That's cool.
Insane. He was like, I'll just get my flight down at like 7 or 8. Also, Morgan and I, we've actually grown up a lot because we used to just hit each other as a form of like brotherhood.
Yeah, we did.
almost.
Yeah, Chris, my tour manager,
Put an end to that.
he could tell you guys better probably, but
We
there's some belts involved.
we just play slaps and then hit each other. I think I got a concussion one night and had a little I had a little dark, not a black eye, just a black corner of my eye. And I remember,
Yeah, you did.
I remember
I don't remember
thinking
how you got it though.
belt buckle. I think
Was it a buckle?
it wasn't air.
It could have been a
was
slap. It
something.
could have been a slap too.
Could have been a slap. But the hardest I got slapped was when we swapped hands and did left hand, because we would normally go like 75% strong hand,
Right.
but we went 100% left hand, and I whiffed with my left hand, and you connected, dude. Connected left hand. It sounded like you smacked a watermelon. I don't remember something for like 4 seconds. I just remember when I came back to, I was like 5 feet further than I was.
Dude, we used to get pretty hard after it at those shows.
Yes, but one thing I love about these shows that we're on now, between your crew and Hardy's crew, is most of the people we were on the road with
Yeah.
during, like, I don't know, those to me, like, kind of the glory days of getting to go on the road and write, and like you were opening.
Well, there
and it
just
was
wasn't as much responsibility.
Totally, and we were just, now it is like, it is awesome
Wow.
that we're.
It's a business now.
Yeah, well, now it's like we're playing shows,
Right.
and it's good because we've come a long way. But there was just something about, like,
It was a little more free and easy.
definitely when we
And
took
dangerous. Like a lot.
we took a golf
lot more
cart
risk involved.
golf cart at the was it, what rodeo were we playing? Or you were playing in
Somewhere-
Florida,
Somewhere near Jacksonville.
and the venue had given us like a golf cart to ride around the parking lot. But there was also
Mistake number
but
one.
there
There
was,
was like a reserve back in there.
it was an old Air Force
Yeah.
like base / runway that had like overgrown, and now it's forest and trails, and we took the golf cart back through there, and
We
like,
were like four-wheeling back there.
before we like jumped it and got it stuck and had to push it off, like
We were getting after it back there. That
low
was
key
fun.
closely destroyed. Yeah, no, it was those are the days. Not gonna
No,
happen
I was about to
again.
say I would still do that now. Would you not?
I don't know if they'd give us a golf cart anymore.
Well, we just
doing
buy
stuff.
one then.
Huh?
Jelly's doing that stuff on the road.
We should get
We'll just buy one then.
a golf cart to put on your trailer.
Or I can get a side by side.
There you go.
Yes. Polaris, if you're watching this,
I
and
need
have
a
not already
side-by-side.
tuned out, we would love.
I need one for my tour and my house.
Yes, dude, Polaris would be so sick. I put my name in a drawing for a Polaris. It was like at Mystic Lake or something before Guitar Pool, and I got a call back like 3 months later. They're like, "You're one of the 20 people that got their name drawn for a Polaris out of like 3,000," and then didn't get the second call.
Never
back.
heard back.
I was so pumped. I was like,
Oh, you were a finalist.
I was a finalist.
Why are they gonna call you and tell you that? Hey man, you still might win.
I hate it though to get your hopes
That's
up,
what
and
I'm
then,
saying.
so then you're like, I was this close to getting one. I might as well just buy one.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. I'm not
Yeah,
spending
that-
$14,000
That ain't how
on
my
a
brain
Polaris.
works. It's more than that now.
Are you cutting your grass? Or are you getting somebody to come cut it?
I've only had it cut once since I moved there.
This is just how quick
Just
I
a great
switched.
question. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out because I know you like cutting grass.
I do like to do it. I'll probably get me a mower at some point, but I'm not gonna get it. I'll wait till the spring because I'm not gonna have to
It's
have
not
it.
cutting season.
Yeah.
I got my grass cut yesterday.
I think it
Probably
might,
the last time
I
I'll
think,
have it cut.
I think it
for
might
the
be
year.
the same people cutting your grass, cutting mine.
Probably so.
I think so.
I had them aerate it and seed it.
You did.
Try
I
to get a
need
little-
that.
Try to get a little greenery
Mm-hmm.
for the. Never
My
had that.
dog's wreck. Anytime it rains, my dog wreck the yard. So
Well, that's why my backyard is dog play land, and I'm gonna have control over my front yard. Both of my neighbors have like insane green grass, and then next to my just whatever grass they put
Weeds.
there in the '60s. like whatever grass Nixon was trying to.
Your whole street is
get,
tough. You're right. That's a lot.
you know,
Yeah, you gotta keep up with those Joneses.
just crow's feet and crow's feet. And my neighbor's got like it looks like All-Star Weekend infield, just striped up and like diamond stripes. It's like Halloween is carved
Got
into
drawings
the
in there.
Yeah, exactly. They got a jack-o'-lantern
They got
shaped in.
Drones taking
It's-
pictures of it.
that shoots. They got the lights up on their house and everything. And I'm just over here like, okay, well, I could use some fertilizer. So I'm trying to get just
Maybe some hay.
some green. Just some green would be nice.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't got really no neighbors, so I don't really care about that. But
Yeah, but it's still it feels good to have your area be not. Now that I have control, dude, I've just never been able to do it, and I've always wanted to. Now I'm
you have
doing
the resources to do so now.
I want the yard.
Okay, I'm rooting for you, buddy.
I want the yard. What's your favorite song on the Dangerous album? And it doesn't have to be one we wrote or I wrote. Because I might have a favorite that I didn't write too.
That's so hard.
Or a favorite one you have a favorite one you like performing anyways?
I mean, Sand in My Boots is obviously one of my favorites just because I get to play piano and everything. It's a whole different thing for me. I really like doing that.
You're a good piano player.
Thanks, man.
You are. I always forget like you play piano.
Yeah, I think I should probably practice a little more. I don't practice a whole lot, but
Did you take lessons or teach yourself?
I took lessons when I was like 7 to 9. So that's, I was playing baseball and doing piano. That was really about all I did. But just like any kid, I wanted to play ball, so I just quit doing that. I actually was like a classically trained. I learned it really quick.
That's
And
Delaney too. She was
I
classically
could do
trained.
it. I could play. I could sight read. I could read. Like I was good at it.
Can you still read music?
I can. I'm just a lot slower than I was. Which it's not.
dude. So
It's
beyond
not
me.
really something that we put into use in with what we do. But I'm sure it wouldn't hurt if
My
I
banjo
could. But,
teacher and my piano teacher both quit on me because they saw that I was just watching and listening
right.
and not reading music. And they were like, the whole point is to try
Well,
to.
now that I play piano, I don't use any of that. Like,
Of course.
but I'm sure the fundamentals of what I learned are still there. But it's
Yeah.
all by ear now.
Yeah, that's Delaney. Delaney was so trained, classically trained, like she got burnt out on it almost, and like she has to force herself to go play piano.
Right.
Now. But when she does, it's like muscle memory. When she presses play, she's like 13 again playing.
That's
she was
cool.
competing against like 18-year-olds when she was 13.
That's really cool.
Crazy.
I didn't know that. I don't
What
think.
about guitar though for you?
Yeah, I didn't start playing guitar until I was 18 or 19, probably. And
Were
I
you
did.
18 when you graduated?
Yeah, and I just turned 18. And obviously baseball was kind of not a thing anymore, so that's when I started writing. My dad had a guitar he gave me. I went to Walmart and bought a chord chart and hung it up in my room and just.
I had a chord chart. Yes. What was the first? What was like? What were you learning? What were your first guitars?
I mean, G, like-
yeah, no, but I mean songs, obviously cool. I mean, G, dude, no shit. What were you learning? C sus.
I didn't necessarily get into the whole. Like I would just play the chords of the songs. Like I didn't really.
You weren't
try to
learning
mimic-
covers. You were just. Were you learning chords and like putting them together?
Trying to put them together, see what sounded good, and then I would start writing songs immediately.
Yes.
So,
Just give them the
I
good old
would
GDC.
listen to some right, and I would listen to stuff and try to somewhat mimic it, but I wasn't so worried with like the parts or trying to be like a shredding guitar player. Like I just wanted to be able to sing and play.
That was me. I just wanted to learn enough of a
and
song
I,
to
and
be
I,
able to sing
I'm
it.
still a very mediocre guitar player, but I can play good enough and sing. So that's all I care about.
Yeah,
at this point.
that when I'm around guitar players, I feel very out of place. But
Me
like, I
too.
can definitely play to right. Like all I was the guy with the guitar at school.
But you can play like solos and stuff. I don't really be doing that.
barely, but like to a guy that plays guitar, it's like
Yeah,
not
we're hacks.
so-
We're both hacks compared to
yeah,
them.
it's like a YMCA
But
basketball
I'm like a-
player.
I'm
compared
like-
to
I'm a JV hack. You're at least a varsity hack.
so you're looking at getting a classic car. You got to join the club.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get. I'm either gonna get a car or an old truck. I've been looking, but I kind of want to get a new truck too. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really indecisive in
Have you
general.
considered both?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just not really like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, but
Like when I buy myself something like that, I'm probably gonna buy myself like for Christmas or like for the end of the tour or like I want to feel like I earned it a little bit.
I think you have. if you need somebody to tell you to just push the button, get the old. All right, give yourself 2 months in between if that'll make you feel better.
I would, I think.
Get the new truck, break it in.
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah,
what you get.
what kind of old truck should I get? I really like those like F-150s 95, 94, but they're really, really hard to find a good one. Like it's impossible. My dad had a 95 white.
Do those have
one
the
that was
step
sick.
ups by the wheelbase?
Some of them do, some of them don't. But like
Yeah.
my dad had a sick one when I was growing up, and he sold it like for nothing. And now they're 30, 40 grand.
My
But
dad
you can't
had,
find them.
My dad had a half cab Silverado that was like aqua green and silver.
I loved all those colors they used to put
They
together.
had cool colorways back in the day.
Yeah, they did.
I had my first truck was a 98 F-150 single cab maroon.
I tried whenever my first car was a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
You would have a Jeep. You had a subwoofer in that. Didn't
No,
you?
I didn't, but I blew it up pretty quickly.
Yeah. What color was it?
White and like gold.
What was your air freshener?
Black ice.
Yes, it was.
What else would it be?
You have tinted?
Yeah.
Tinted windows?
Yeah. Half the time they worked, half the time they didn't.
What were you listening to?
A lot of rap. Probably at that point. When we were in high school, we listened to a lot of we listened to Starlito a lot.
Yes. Yes.
And then like Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane and Jeezy,
Yes.
all those guys.
Yes.
And then, I would listen to my normal like classic rock
Which
that I grew
style
up listening
Jeep?
to.
Which style Cherokee was it? Was it like an early 2000s?
No, it was like a 90 something, like
Ooh,
95.
it was a little like
It was
rectangle
the
body kind
smaller
of
guys.
Oh yeah. Did it have tires on it?
No, but I drove it like it did. That's probably why I was wrecked.
Dude, when I pulled up in my Cadillac to Baja Burrito a couple weeks ago.
Baja Blast sounds fire though.
It does sound really fire. I pulled into Baja Burrito, and this dude's standing in the corner smoking a cigarette, and he starts on my rims, and I pull in, and I get out, and he goes, that thing is just beautiful. And I go, thank you. And he goes, oh, and you put it on them things. I was like, yeah, I put it on them things.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Oh, and you put it on them things. Dude, it was like mid cigarette smoke. He said it as he exhaled.
As he thought
I was
about
like,
it.
This is the best way anybody could have said, I like your rims.
It'd be such a
Yes.
sick like DJ sample.
Yes, it would.
Oh, he put it on them
Good tag.
things. Dude, that's so good.
That is good.
I want to get back into making beats again. Grady plugged his stuff up in here. Shout out Dirty 615.
I'll come in here with you.
Grady makes some fire stuff.
All right.
Broadway girls though.
Yeah.
Something got to happen.
Yeah, I've been on the horn about that today a little bit. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but there's a few options.
Somebody leaks it.
Yeah, it might leak. It might end up on somebody's album. You never know.
You
We'll
never
see.
know. It's already gone on TikTok.
Yeah, it has went.
It has went.
Yeah, departed.
Ask me something. You take over.
Shit, this ain't my podcast.
About to be.
Well, let me think. Oh, I never answered your question about what my favorite song was on
On the
Dangerous.
album, yeah. So Santa, I get like, I'll start with a favorite song I didn't write. Neon Eyes. Neon Eyes or Silverado for Sale. Those
I
two.
love Silverado. I love Neon Eyes. I mean, that song was like,
Is that Rodney and Burgess?
and that's me, Burgess, and Holman.
Holman.
And
Mark Holman, you're a genius.
he
I
is.
love Mark Holman, dude.
yeah, and so is Burgess, obviously. So,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. I wanted to write a song to a girl that kind of letting her know, like, probably ain't a good idea,
Yeah.
And
Dude,
that's
such a
that's,
good-
that's just what
Dollar in the jukebox
that's just what we came up with that day. That was a cool day. I mean, it was
Is that
one
an
of
old
those.
song?
Yeah, I think probably like 4 years ago, something like that.
That's the craziest part about the life of a song, bro.
Yeah,
we
I
write
mean-
so many songs.
Yeah, it's just some songs turn out to be unique and special, and some don't. And if they are that unique and special, it doesn't matter if you wrote it in 1970. It's like
Correct. Yeah, I mean, as we were talking about patience, that's the hardest thing for me because I could probably have 25 songs tucked away that when I wrote them and for the weeks following, I was like, this is the coolest song. This has to come out. And then it's 3 years later and those songs that come out. But like Chasing You was the first song you wrote pretty much.
one
in
of them.
Nashville.
Yeah, one of them. And for me at that time, I just didn't really. I was so young, especially with songwriting. I hadn't been doing it 2 or 3 years, which is it's a decent amount of time. But I'd never had any sort of actual guidance when it comes to writing a song. So
Right.
it was that song for me really gave me confidence to keep writing.
Yeah, was that the most legit song up to that point? Like when you wrote that with Craig, I don't know. Did that feel like a hit the day of type?
Well, it
deal?
just felt like that's a song, you know. Like
yes,
there's nothing missing here. There's nothing I would change. There's nothing I wish that I would have done different. Like there's like that we really wrote that song.
Yeah, right. And a day with Craig too. Like if you don't know, and obviously Craig will have been on the podcast, but like the magic he can step out on the porch, smoke a cigar, and then come back with.
Yeah.
Is unmatched.
Yeah, I mean, I've never written with anyone that really writes the way he does. You know, he'll sit there and then throw out a bunch of stuff, and you're like, that's probably not it. And he'll just go smoke a cigar, like you said, and then come back and have it. And you're just like, yeah. It's just, I don't even really know how to explain right with him, but it's like, you get on a roll or you don't. You know, you're like, yeah. Sometimes, like if me and you are writing, me, you, Hardy, me, you, whoever, I know we're gonna finish the song. If me and Craig writing, I don't know.
Correct.
We might not.
Correct.
But if we do, we're probably gonna be fire.
Yes, and he doesn't give up on one either. Like you could go home thinking you didn't get anything, and 2 days later
he'll send you
a demo back where he just went and finished and made it, like polished a turd and made it fucking really good.
Or you'll get on a roll like when we first started writing, me and him, dude. One day we wrote 4 songs together, and like till 3, 4 in the morning, and I had a flight at like 6 or 7. I'm like, Craig, I gotta go. But like that's his, and he's already
back in the
he's already
missing flights days.
Yeah, and he's already he's had like 35 #1 hits, clearly doing fine, got a label, got all these things, but he still loves it that much, and it's like that.
Him and Gorley both keep a fire lit under my ass. Where as soon as I think I'm doing good, it's like, well, if I'm not writing, if I'm at any given day, if I'm not writing, I promise you that Craig or Ashley is.
Yes,
and they're the richest dudes in this town.
Which you know, obviously now that you have 2 different careers going on, it's not going to be possible for you.
Correct. But
for me, like I was texting you the other day, I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm missing out because I'm not writing. I'm like, damn, I really feel like I need to be writing, but there's really no possible way for me to be writing today. You know, so it's like,
yeah, and then forcing yourself to write when you're exhausted you might as well not write.
Right. I would say "Wasted on You" is probably my favorite song I wrote on the record.
Yeah,
that we wrote too.
Yeah. That song's so hard.
It is.
That song's so hard. Was that a quarantine? Right?
In my kitchen.
You, me, and Josh with a Charlie track.
Mm-hmm. He sent us that track, and then we just kind of got the chords and wrote it on guitar
with bourbon.
Yeah, we lived.
We definitely had
day.
some bourbon. I missed those days.
And my buddy Lucas was just sitting in the on the couch, and he was like, I started singing "I Don't Always."
That's like, right. Oh yeah, that's right. Lucas is like, chilling there.
All right, we got a nod. We're good.
Yes, you need him.
Yeah, a lot of the way those songs came about, different than any other session I've ever been. Like, Wondering About the Wind was in line at Whole Foods, and you called me. And you're like, "Hey man, real quick, I got this idea."
I had a verse chorus, I think, going.
Yeah. And we we finished that song on the phone.
We finished in an hour.
Yeah, I could talk to him all the way in the car on my way to the house, and then just paced down the hallway and bedroom. We finished it.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
No, especially didn't at that point. You know,
and Dangerous, getting ready to go fishing, waiting on Bean.
Yeah, you just popped over. We didn't even plan on writing a song.
Correct. Pick up a guitar, wrote a song in like 45 minutes.
That song came real quick.
Decided to cut it before the bridge existed.
Yeah.
Got back together and came
did
up
the bridge in 20 minutes. Sometimes that's how songs. No. That's just how songs go sometimes, and sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't, for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was the Bama Red 4Runner line that you said? Where'd that come from?
Oh well, originally it was
It wasn't actually a Bama Red 4Runner that we saw. It was like a blue Land Rover.
It was a baby blue Land Rover.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It was.
Yeah,
and I remember when we were writing the song, we were like, "That song ain't gonna." That ain't country.
Oh yeah,
the first one.
Well, we did 2. So we did a first one that was like real upbeat and shit, and then me and Ern kind of were like, I don't know if that's it, you know, or whatever. And he started playing the chords of what it is now, and then I was like, yeah, I think that's more. And then all the words we had just fit.
Dude, the only difference is.
Tell me you have it.
Hold on.
You have the other one? I didn't know that. I'm sure I do too, probably.
The first was Turquoise, man.
I mean, that's not terrible either.
No, I know. It was good. So then it was
But it was like not really my vibe. Like I don't really.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we finished.
you.
We spent the whole day.
Yeah.
We spent the whole day doing that demo, and then at the end, Jacob's like getting ready to put his computer up, and I pick up the guitar and start playing the new chords.
I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, well, wait 1 minute. And start singing the new melody over it.
Where you think you're going, direct?
Yeah. Let's get that down, and then there you go.
Yeah.
The rest was redneck history.
Yeah, that was cool. That was at Rodney's house.
That was at Rodney's house.
I wrote a few other songs with at that house, but not with Rodney. I wrote it with his wife and with Miranda Lambert.
Oh man.
Thought You Should Know over there, and then we wrote another one that was like
Tennessee River. Or,
yeah, and
is that
then,
what it's called?
yeah, I forgot about that song until just now, but like it's not finished, but it's cool.
Yeah,
idea.
but what is that? When I die, I want to float me
Float
down,
the Tennessee River. Yeah,
So hard.
it's sick. I forgot about it. I'm gonna have to listen to it again and try
You
to
might
fix
have
it.
to listen to that again.
But yeah, that house must have some good energy going.
They
I
moved
guess so.
out.
I mean, considering Rodney and
They
Nicole
moved
live
out.
there.
They moved.
Oh yeah, they got a different house built. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go put some good energy in it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go give us some.
Yes. What would you consider like? Did you ever do any end of tour pranks on artists you opened for?
I didn't really.
You just trashed the place.
Yeah, I did enough tour pranks throughout the tour to where I was like,
Oh no!
I don't think I'm gonna sit this one out, guys.
I normally just broke things.
Yeah, throwing cones and stuff, into people's property.
April Fools.
It's October, buddy.
That is so funny. Are we playing golf on Sunday?
We can, I'm sure. I don't know.
Paul has a tee time at 10 o'clock Sunday morning.
In Georgia.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah. Then,
We're golfing.
as a matter of fact, I'll be there
We're golfing. What time do you leave Friday?
Friday morning, like 11. Why you want to ride with me?
Well, I'm golfing Friday.
Where? Here. What
I'm
time?
driving up Saturday.
For that tea time. It's only like a 4-hour drive. Isn't it?
we play Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, the tea time's on Sunday. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I kind of wish the tea time was on Saturday and Sunday.
Let's get one for Saturday.
Or were you going to leave at 6 a.m.? I mean, I'm sure you probably
Which I
will.
might.
I was about to say, you'll be up already for
It's
a couple
a
hours.
3-hour drive. How long does it take to get to Rome?
I think it's like 3.
Is
Three.
it closer to Atlanta? Is it like going to Atlanta?
I think it's closer to here. Like Rome is closer than Atlanta, I think.
Rome is on the way to Atlanta, pretty much.
Or like, yeah, something like that.
Did you see Hardy's mom dressed like Hardy?
Dude, that tripped me
looks
out a
like
little
Hardy.
bit. That tripped me out. Hardy obviously looks more like her than he
Yes.
does Big Mike, but I didn't realize it was that much.
When she did that, it was that much.
Yeah, it was like scary how much they looked like.
She had the facial expression and everything down. She did
Well, I'm sure that's where he got them from.
Dude, what do you think? What is it? What do you think? Yeah, I figure fruit don't fall far from the tree.
Hey, that is genetic, man.
It's crazy though. It's crazy that
Hardy's left-handed too. I wonder if Miss Sarah's
and
left-handed.
he's a Satanist.
Apparently, it's
It's a joke.
I kinda-
Dude. He
it
has
kinda-
one good piece of
it's-
merch,
it's-
and everybody freaks
It's starting to
out.
make me feel uncomfortable.
the black pupils. I texted him earlier to tell him to come crash this, and he went cold.
I was kind of worried about what he was doing on Halloween. I wonder what kind of dark arts he was getting into on the Halloween.
I think he went hunting.
Hunting what?
Did you see where he said he's hunting what? Lambs. But no, he goes I'm gonna kill a deer in my guy liner. And
they
I
took
said,
the post down.
And I said, sacrifice a deer. But it's back up on Instagram. That post, when I went to go look, it's still on Instagram.
I mean, it's
Setting
not
up
like
bans
killing
on
a deer
Facebook.
is illegal.
How many people have posted killing a deer? Like,
Yeah.
it's
of them.
because he was dressed like.
I mean, I posted killing a hog at one point. They
Yeah,
didn't-
but I feel like you didn't have black mascara on and you look
Upside
like
down
look like
crosses on your
you didn't look
cheeks.
like Marilyn Manson.
I did not.
Like Hardy did not look like he was about to go kill a deer.
No, he didn't.
He looked like maybe again a lamb. Maybe he'll kill a lamb.
Hopefully a lamb.
Dude, y'all are soft if y'all have to cut that out of the podcast.
Gone.
I feel like we've kept it pretty chill.
I got a music question.
For the most part, what up?
You drop a 30-song album.
Yeah.
Is that intimidating to be like, I got to get back to writing again to get ready for that next one? Like, do you even think that far ahead, or how does that process work for you?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, like that was definitely a concern of mine. I'm like, well, we got enough good songs to make 2 albums, obviously.
Yeah.
you think about how many radio singles will you lose, how many things will get left behind, how many songs that you think deserve the spotlight that it won't get. That was my main concerns. But I don't know. I've been in a pretty good rhythm writing. I've got a lot of people writing for me that are in a good rhythm. Everything just, with quarantine, I had a lot of time. It kind of just happened, It wasn't ever a huge, like, I never imagined it would be, like what it is. Obviously, I didn't have any of these kind of big plans for it, but I liked all the songs, and they're there, they're done. I'm like, put it out,
I would say, as much as we write, it's pretty easy to look up after 6 months and be like, well, there's 25, and then I got 6 more weeks to finish, so let's write a few more. Like, it could have been more than 30 songs on an album.
Right. And then, you also, like, you're so, at least I was, or a lot of people are, probably still, but like programmed into the radio way of thinking. You think like this song has to be a single, it has to do that. But, okay, which one's better, 5 good songs or 1 good song? Like, it's a whole body of work, and it gets people to kind of understand who you are and get to know you better. I think that is more valuable than it would have been if I'd have tried to spread it out for 3 years, and because who knows, in 3 years I might not even have put some of that. I wouldn't have.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I would have scrapped half the album
at that point. Yeah,
and you're saying
for me. I mean,
right.
For the people who hadn't heard it already, they'd have been disappointed that I didn't put it out. But for me, I'm like, I'm not going to go sing this. I already got these songs that I like better. So I think it was the right move.
Yeah, it's when you have a lot of good songs, you'd rather it be on the project than not. Like, I know you're saying, like, obviously you're not going to have 12 singles off an album.
No.
But the way people listen to music now, I feel like you're more likely to consume 30 songs. That's why we were talking about, like, drop a playlist like Drake did. And then it's like you take away the boundaries and rules of your album, and it's like the Ernest playlist, and here's 50 songs over the last 2 years that are not a concept. They're just songs. Like, I feel like that could start happening more and more in our genre.
I feel like with what we did with Dangerous is more like there's a few concepts in that. You know what I mean? There's some songs that sound similar here. There's some songs that sound similar there.
Each song has 2 or 3
here's
sister songs.
Here's a subject matter that's similar. Here's this. It's not all cohesive, but if you break it down into whatever, like if I were to make a playlist of that album and put it in categories, I could.
Yes. Yeah, you could also put out 6 different concept EPs, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
That's more like of what it would be.
Yeah.
6 5-song EPs, and you just say, that's what the album technically is. We just put them all together.
Yeah. Well, I think the way that it was done was genius, because obviously there's a million different ways to market a record, but just drop your balls and here's this.
Yeah. Top of the year. Here you go.
Top of the year, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit.
I almost feel like I gravitate to one song, just like going over and over again.
Yeah.
I'll gravitate to one song and then listen to it some more, and then I'm like,
Seasons matter too. The more songs too, because like I always get so caught up on releases, and I've tried to stop now because I get that there's so much more that goes into the marketing than just, oh, this song sounds like fall, so it has to come out in the fall. I like get too caught up on that, but put it out, it's gonna be there. The season will come back around and it'll hit when it hits. But like, sand in my boots. This is the weather to drive around listening to Sand in My Boots.
Yeah.
55, like window down, like reflecting.
That song kind of fits anywhere though, because it's a beat song, so you
Also, all times of the year.
Yeah,
Yes.
that song really is. Some songs are, some songs aren't.
7 Summers feels like football season.
Yeah, it does.
What's on there that you feel like didn't get the attention that like you would have liked it to get?
Silverado for Sale probably is the one that I've always loved that song. And
Is that Dallas?
yeah, Dallas and Rhett and them.
Oh,
Peach Picker Boys. Yeah.
Legends.
I don't know. I've always thought that song was genius, but it doesn't. It's not to say it hasn't done fine. It's done well, but it's like it's not in the top half of the album as far as consumption goes. So that kind of surprised me. I thought it would be higher, but with that being said, there's not really any song on the album that's. If I wanted, like, as far as if I can get into the analytics, the label, they got all these numbers and ways of telling, this is just a hit or whatever. there's not really a song. There's a couple on there that wouldn't be a single, but other than that, there's 28 songs that could be a single. So
totally. Well, and also that's
as far as, and that's like factual numbers, that they go off of. So that's I never would have thought that. I thought maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe 10.
by all
28,
standards of what everybody else are picking singles by, there's 28 songs on there for sure. But like then you're comparing songs to songs on your album,
right?
But like Silverado for Sale, good example of good fans. Like they sing every word to every song on the album at the shows.
Yeah, they do.
They know the album.
I mean, obviously there's songs that are louder, but yes, there's not a quiet song.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. People sing Flower Shops.
No crickets out there.
Like songs that aren't out. But that's the thing. TikTok though. TikTok's kind of crazy.
I mean,
like
I have songs that aren't released that will be more popular than a majority of songs that I have out right now.
Yeah. You could go out and play Broadway Girls.
I could go play You Proof or Broadway Girls.
And it would be, dude.
I'll look at my messages, sometimes before we play a show, and there's always a good number of people asking me to play one of the two. Either You Proof or actually one of the three. You Proof, Flower Shops, or Broadway Girls.
You should learn figure out You Proof on acoustic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can.
It'd be fire some night. Pull it out. God.
That's a good idea. I don't know when I'm putting out new music again, so I might as well just throw it out there live.
Me neither. Sooner and later. We'll put something out sooner and later.
Well, me and you will, but me as a solo artist, I probably won't do that until, I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Morgan Wallen says he won't do something until
He doesn't know.
More at 8. More at 8.
You see how I caught myself?
Yeah.
I was about to put a time frame out there.
Nope. No. Well, thanks for coming on here. We're gonna be doing we'll probably do another podcast for sure, but eventually I want to get you out and play a round of golf and get some content out there too.
Right. I'll do that.
All right.
Thanks for having me, bub.
Well, you betcha. You want to go take a ride
Really
in the
means a
Cadillac?
lot for me. Yeah.
You want to
I do.
drive?
I'll drive. I just don't. Maybe once it gets out of the parking lot, I'm not wrecking that car in here in this tiny ass parking lot.
I'll get it out of the parking lot.
This boat.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a big truck I drive, but I've hit a few things.
Yeah. I don't want to hit anything in the Cadillac.
I don't either.
All right. Well, this is Just Being Ernest. Morgan Wallen.
See ya.
See you later.
Just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being earnest. Just being